Hello everybody, Simulation ALLI 007 here and welcome back to my channel, and today we are discussing will Trainspotting 7 come out this year. With that being said, let's get straight into the video. Just wanted to say a quick disclaimer, all the trailers for the games, Train Sim World all the way up to Trainspotting 6, I have removed the original sound and I have put my own music in, as I don't want to have copyright claims and then copyright strikes and then all that jazz on my channel. So I'll put my own music in there so we're all happy. Just a quick disclaimer. Cheers guys. And so I've done a lot of digging and I've done some research. I've also got my phone in front of me for extra data and backup if I need it. So we're talking about Train Sim World today, and I'm going to go through all of the games from Train Sim World 1 all the way up until the recent Trainspotting 6, and possibly if Trainspotting 7 will come out. So Train Sim World came out on the 16th of March 2017, and it released the
Silver glow on my window,
Sandpatch grade, the CSX Heavy Haul Sandpatch grade, which is this game that I'm currently actually playing. But first, let's get into
my dreams, no suitcase, no fare, a rocket of hope. Love fills the air, weightless hearts in an endless sky. We'll chase the stars, just you and I.
There we are. So that's the trailer for Train Sim World. So, like I said, March the 16th, 2017 for PC and Steam was the CSX Heavy Haul, and later in 2018 it was released to consoles. So just this one came out. It wasn't any other DLCs, it was just this one, and then obviously other DLCs came along with it. So from 2018, 2 years go by, and Dovetail thinks, well, we haven't made a lot of money, want to make some money, let's release a new game. So that's what they did, and Trainspotting 2 was released in 2020, and it was released, I haven't got the date, so if I go Trainspotting 2 release date, August 20th of August 2020, and it came out with, let's have a look. So it came out with three core routes as per usual. Sandpatch grade, again, this was the heavy haul for the Americans. For the Germans, it was the Cologne to Aachen. If I am pronouncing that right, I do apologise if I'm not. If I go back to the Sandpatch grade, it was a 52-kilometre route between Cumberland, which I've just come from, and Rockwood, where this train is going.
featuring the CSX AC 4400 CW, which I'm driving now, which I'm also speeding in, the SD 40-2, and the GP 38-2. That was for the Americans. The Germans, Cologne to Aachen. It's a 70-kilometer section of high-speed rail between Cologne and Aachen in Germany, featuring the DBBR 406 ICE or Intercity Express, 3M high-speed EMU, and the DBBR 442 EMU. For the Brits, no, not that one. I want not the Independent. That one. For the Brits, it's a 40-mile London Underground line featuring the 1972 Mark II stock, and that breaks down absolutely horrible. If I haven't already, let's watch the trailer.
But I'm wide awake in the endless night, chasing dreams. They're hard to hold, like smoke and shadows. They're liquid gold. I hear the hum of the city glow. It's a secret world, only night owls know.
Right, let's release those brakes and put on a little bit of power. So that was for Trainspotting 2. It also came out with some other stuff. So it came out with Livery Designer and Scenario Planner. These allow users to create custom liveries for the locomotives in-game and create new scenarios of featured routes. It has also been announced, due to the community feedback and backlash of older preserved collection of routes, are going to give support with new scenario planner. Trainspotting 2 will also include new adhesion physics for more realistic gameplay, as well as improved dynamics skies to improve visuals for the game. The game is also updated for support for 4K. And wow, I am speeding. That's why it sounds horrible, because I'm using the wrong brake. Oh no, same sound. Right, that is Trainspotting 2. A year later, Trainspotting 3 came out on my birthday on September the 6th, 2022. So pretty much 2 years later. But before we go on, let's watch the trailer for Trainspotting 3.
No map, no plan, just the open seas. Wanderlust calls I can't ignore. Feet on the ground, heart wanting more. Every mile's a brand new door. Wanderlust calls, let's explore. Neon nights and desert skies. City lights where the echoes rise. Tides that whisper, winds that scream. Every step's
So there we are, Trainspotting 3, TSW7 routes. No. And I need to put some power on. So, came out with 3 core routes. Again, Germany, England, and the United Kingdom. Hang on, Germany, England, and United States, sorry. So, for the United Kingdom, is the Southeastern High Speed Extended, London St Pancras to Ashford and Faversham to Dartford. So that includes the class 395 for that route. That was, I'm pretty sure this is just the extended route as well. So that's for United Kingdom. For the United States, it was the Cajun Pass or Canyon Pass, San Bernardino to Barstow in California, which is a freight-only route. And for Germany, it's the Kassel to Wurzburg high-speed rail section of ICE trains. That's including freight and passenger. So, I'm hoping it tells me here. Yes, it does. So, Canyon Pass, an 85-mile route between Barstow and San Bernardino in California, featuring the BNSF ES-44C4 and SD-40-2. For the Germans, the Kassel Wurzburg is 186 kilometer, or if I put that into miles, 186 kilometer to km to miles. It's 115 miles, so a pretty big route. A section of high-speed rail between Kassel and Wurzburg in Germany, featuring the DBBR 401 ICE 1 and DBBR 403 ICE 3 high-speed trains, and the DBBR 185.2 locomotive. For the Southeastern High Speed Extended, it's the extension of the Southeastern High Speed route, 89 miles between London St Pancras and Ashford International, and between Dartford and Faversham, featuring the Class 66, the Class 375 commuter, and I need to go a little bit faster. The Class 395, which is the main high-speed train, and the Class 465, again, commuter. So those are the routes, but for the deluxe edition for Train Sim World 3, it's the Spirit of Steam, a 36-mile steam route between Liverpool and Crewe, featuring the Jubilee class and the Stania class 8F locomotives. So there we are. It was a pretty good game, to be fair. I actually really enjoyed Train Sim World 3. Again, Dovetail could have just stuck with Train Sim World 3 and just added on and just updated as they went, which they should have done, because there was really no need to add more games. But Dovetail, thinking they want all the money, they want money, they want to release every year. That's why I'm thinking Train Sim World 7 will come out this year. Anyway, Train Sim World 4, that released a year later. This is where the pattern starts happening. Every year they release a game in September, and they have 3 core routes: American, German, and English. So, Train Sim World 4 came out in September, on September the 26th, and 2023 is route. So that being said, trailer for So, Train Sim World 4, if I just get that up from my TSW4 core routes. Train opposite us. So for the Americans, it was the Antelope Valley Line, Los Angeles to Lancaster, featuring the EMD, F125 locomotive and Rotem commuter cars. For the Brits, it was the East Coast Main Line, or ECML, Peterborough to Doncaster, featuring, that was an 80-mile line. I'll get into more details in a minute if I can. Featuring the LNER BR Class 801 Azuma and Class 66. But there's been so many Class 66s in the game, it's just unreal. And for the, I say German, this was more of an Austrian route, which is the first time Austrian route has come out to the game, is the S-Bahn Wollerberg, I'm pronouncing that wrong, I do apologise. Lindau to Blinz. I know I had this route, but for some reason it's disappeared off my list of bought, which is really weird because I know I definitely had this route. So that's in Austria, and it features the OBB, or OBB, however you want to say it, 4024 Talent 1 commuter train. And for the deluxe / special editions, it's a German Reise Dresden update for Trainspotting 4 standards, including the Railpool BR193 Vectron. And for the Brits, it's the Flying Scotsman steam locomotive, which is a special Centurion train for the East Coast Main Line. So, if I can get into more detail of the routes, here we go. So for the Austrian route, it's a 67-kilometer route. Let's have a quick look. The Peterborough, it's an 80-mile route. And for the Antelope Valley Line, it's a 75-mile route. So there we are. Let's get into Trainspotting 5. So that released a year later, pretty much a year later. This released 17th of September 4. So, let's get the trailer.
Coffee cooling on the dash, last town fading in the glass, mile signs ticking like a clock, chasing days we never lost. Every line on this old road is a story we ain't told. Highway to the horizon, sing it out, we're alive and wild. Every turn is a
So, again, 3 core routes, September, a year later. So there's a massive pattern that's happening. The pattern I'm seeing, releasing every year in September with 3 core routes. The only 2 that don't fit the pattern is the first 2. The rest, from Trainspotting 3 to Trainspotting 6, every year in September they have released a game. So if we go TSW7 core routes from release, so I'm using my phone here as well. Let's just have a quick look. And it's not going to give me what I had earlier. Of course it's not. So the routes were the West Coast Main Line for the Brits. It's a London Euston to Milton Keynes Central with a segment of Preston to Carlisle also available. That's later on. So this brings the class 390 Pendolino and the class 450. It's not the 350 because the 350 is with the South Western trains. Hang on, I need to get this correct. Bear with me one sec. Okay, so I've actually got that slightly wrong. I do apologise. It's the 350, not the 450. So that's my bad. That's me not doing my research correctly. So, Trainspotting 5 released 2024 on 17th of September, or the 12th of September if you have early access. And it came with 3 core routes. The core routes was the West Coast Main Line, London Euston and Milton Keynes, which brought the class 350 for London North Western Railway. It brought the class 66 DB Cargo, and also brought the Pendolino, but that was with the deluxe edition or special edition for that route. For the Germans, it was the Frankfurt Fulda for Germany, which brought the Flix Train BR Class 193 Vectron. It brought the DBBR 114 Deutsche Bahn and the DBBR 432 Deutsche Bahn. For the American was the Cajun Pass Barstow to San Bernardino, which brought the F59PH Metrolink, and it also brought the ES44C4 for the BNSF. So there we go. With the deluxe edition, it also came with the Cajun Pass as well. So that is Trainspotting 5. I also got the trailer wrong, so I'm having to redo the trailer. I've done the gameplay trailer, which I didn't want the gameplay trailer. I wanted the initial trailer for Trainspotting 5.
You coming hot with your hurricane smile, short fuse.
Rushing my research as I was
Talking
currently
like
working on my research as in whole
fireworks in a cheap motel hallway.
Trainspotting 6. I know I can do this
You
correct.
say forever like a
Let's
used up
do
scratch
trailer
card
for
promise. Or lose. We argue over nothing, over everything, over fries. At midnight, cold and soggy, I'll write your name on the fog of the taxi window and wipe it. You say I am drama, I say you are quiet poison, slow and foggy. Street lights flicker like they know our secret story.
Okay, so Trainspotting 6 released September the 30th, 2025. Or it was a couple of days before if you pre-ordered. And there was a deluxe or special edition, as per usual. So for the standard routes, or standard edition, it was the Riviera line, Exeter to Plymouth and Paignton, which bought the GWR class 802 IETs, both the 5-car and 9-car variations. It also bought an updated class 150 Sprinter with the GWR livery and sound pack. And with the deluxe edition, it added the cross-country class 220 Voyager, which is the full car variation. The class 221 was the class with 4-car and 5-car variations. For the USA, it was the Morristown line, New York and Hobkin / Dover, which bought the NJ Transit ALP-45 DP locomotive. I'm just trying to think what else it came with. I think that's the only thing that came with, according to this. No, sorry, is the... I hope I am getting this right, is the MBTA commuter. I hope I'm getting that right. Okay, for the German route is the Bahnstrecke Leipzig to Dresden, which brought the DBBR 294 German shunter, which I haven't actually done on this channel yet, so I will do that at some point. Have I gone on that route yet? Leipzig to Dresden? I don't think I have. If I have, then happy days, but if I haven't, I'll have to have a look. So yeah, it also updated the Cardiff City network and then a few other updates that came with Trainspotting 6. So there we are, all the way from Train Sim World, which this is the first DLC that it came with. As you can see, it's the CSX locomotives. This is the, if I am getting this one right, it's the, that one there. It's still pretty good for Train Sim World, to be fair. Bearing in mind it's being quite old. But this is where I'll do the moaning section. Train Sim World, they don't, or Dovetail don't need to keep adding games, different games every year. What they need to do is focus on updating their current stock on routes, and they need to do it as soon as possible. But they've said themselves they're not just going to release updates because it's not good for business. I can get that, yes, I understand it's not, but if you update your routes and have them where it's not having the graphical issues, it's not having the sudden derailments, it's not having sudden glitches in the game, people will come to buying the game more often because it's a good route, or it's a good game because it's actually up to date with proper standards of gaming. I'm not having to keep deleting DLCs because my game is too buggy, or the graphics are not rendering in properly. If your game is just like that, people aren't going to play the game and they'll go somewhere else. Like I released that video earlier this month, or if I release this earlier, then that video will be coming up. Train Sim World, Dovetail Trainspotting now has competition. Let's see, shall we? The video, which releases on the 28th of January. I may even upload this as soon as it finished editing it. I don't know yet, but yeah, Dovetail just needs to focus on updating their games and updating the routes and having the game to proper, it's actually really fun to play, not, oh, it's just crashed again, or oh, the graphics are absolutely crap now. or stuff like that. They need to just edit it, and false hopes, false dates that they say, oh, I was going to release in December, or I was going to release on this month. The Great Western, sorry, the GWE remaster has been on their to-do list or upcoming list for months, probably at the start of 2025, and is now the start of 2026. They said it will release at the end of 2025 in December, and then they pushed it back to the start of 2026. Well, I'm recording, coming up was 11:40 PM on Friday the 16th of January 2026. It's soon to be the 17th of January, and we still haven't got it. They even pushed back the review or preview of the 805 Avanti West Coast Aurora, I think they're called, or Evros. They pushed that back a week. You know, it's just false hopes, false promises. It's just getting ridiculous now, where Dovetail just do not care anymore about their player base. But anyway, I've moaned too much. I've spoken too much in this video. So what do you think? Every year, my opinion is every year from Train Symbol 3 to Train Symbol 6, they've released 3 core routes, American, German and English. In September, will Trainspotting come out September 2026 with 3 core routes called Trainspotting? Well, we'll see, shall we? Let's see around April or June, July. In July, I reckon they'll announce, if they announce there's going to be a Dovetail Direct in August, we know Trainspotting will come out. I'm guaranteeing you Trainspotting will come out in September at some point, around mid-September, say maybe the 20th, 21st of September 2026. There we are, there's my prediction. So, what do you think? Comment down below what you think, and let's see what the community thinks about Trainspotting. Thank you very much for watching. That is it all from me. Stay safe, stay well. Simulation Alley 007, over and out.